Welcome back to Real Legends Podcast. Dan, how are we doing today?
Oh, man. What a movie.
Dude, that was so awesome.
That is one way. That is definitely a choice on how to describe that movie.
I'm Bo.
I'm Dan.
And tonight's movie is Big Trouble in Little China, starring Kurt Russell, Dennis Dunn, and some other dudes. Dude, I had a freaking blast.
Do you want to talk about that right away, or should we do other stuff first?
Well, let's, sure. Do you have any movie news or anything going on that you want to bring up?
Well, we watched Andor Season 2.
Yes, we did.
At least
some of it.
3 episodes, and I cannot think of a more uneventful, boring, uninspired, careless, stupid Hollywood slop.
I completely agree.
It was so dumb.
It was so pointless. Like the opening scene where he steals the prototype ship was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then everything after that, from the guys, I don't know, adolescents arguing over who should be a leader while they hold him hostage, and Mon Mothma raving at a dance.
So stupid, man. Oh my gosh. It was I can't believe we made it through 3 episodes, honestly, because it was just such a drag.
Yeah, I feel like maybe part of the reason is just like hoping to get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Don't forget about the attempted rape scene and...
Yeah. Yeah, not to
people
mention
dying
the
that
rape
you
scene.
don't care about.
Jeez. Yeah, that was an absolute travesty, but
What a slog.
kind of expected. I mean, Disney made something good.
Well, it's very disappointing because we've been talking about, at least I have, being excited to watch it since season 1 on the podcast and off the podcast. And now I'm just like, well, I need to eat my words.
So much for that.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney made a good show with Andor season 1, so they had to ruin it.
Yeah.
That's like their whole brand is make a great IP and then shove it right down a porta potty.
Flush it to the freaking underworld of Little China.
Yep, where everyone's upside down and underwater. That's all that I have really for like just stuff that I've been watching recently, and kind of a disappointment. I would love to just watch something that I end and say, dang, that was really good.
Shoot, was that not tonight?
No.
Oh no.
No.
So this was my pick, Big Trouble in Little China, and I grew up on this movie and I love it.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies. This is what I'm talking about. You could enjoy something that's not good.
Yeah.
Like when we were talking about Last Mohicans, it's like it to some people it's like, why would you enjoy that McDouble? But this to me is just like, I love this McDouble.
Yeah.
I love this.
And you know what? Honestly, like after the first 5 minutes, I realized what kind of movie it was, and I was like, okay, all right, I can just brainlessly watch this, and it's fine.
Pretty much, yeah.
I was like trying to like follow the story for like the first 5-10 minutes, then I was like, I can't do this. It's so stupid. The scene. Can we do spoilers or?
Well, let's hold off with spoilers for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of just jumping in. We'll just keep going. I'll round back to any movie news that I have at the end. I kind of want to push back a little bit because I feel like even though you're kind of hinting at or saying like this is a brainless, dumb movie, I would still rather watch this than probably 90% of the content that comes out today.
I agree.
I think
totally
some of the shots still look really good. Obviously, it's very cheesy. It's a fantasy, kung fu, comedy, action. Lines are so fun. It's so great to see someone on screen that just like has some charisma that I actually can watch and have fun with versus most of the people on screen today.
That is true.
I don't want to see you anymore. You're not giving me anything. Kurt Russell, American treasure. Freaking American treasure, Kurt Russell. Freaking, how else can I say it? Just,
I will
say, what did he say in the movie? I guess it's a spoiler, but
I will say it's cool to watch a movie where there's a white man who is masculine and not portrayed in a bad way. because that's rare these days to have like a white male character who's very masculine and charismatic, and you like him. Like, that is rare.
Well, that's illegal now.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, like, it was weird because I was waiting for the sucker punch where they're like, you can't wear that, or, oh, you can't do that, or something like culturally sensitive.
Or some girl to come boss him around. Or like,
there was zero cultural sensitivities at all. Like, dressing him up as China and like doing all the stereotypical Chinese things. It was great. I was like, this is what movies should be, like, just fun, silly. And if you go into it with the mindset of it's fun, it's silly, then you might like it.
You know what? Let's just jump into spoilers. You've been warned. We're getting into it. I got to just nail a few things that you reminded me of. I mean, they're talking patriotism to America in this movie.
True.
With May the Wings of Liberty never lose a feather. We've got freaking, cultural appropriations. No, not cultural appropriations, but what would you say? Stereotypes. Cultural stereotypes. We've got a man, being very masculine and telling people what to do, and no one's, being like, you can't do that.
And the girls were basically useless. Like,
yes, they even fight women in this movie, and like, even though they're very like kung fu-y, like as soon as they hit them, they just flop to the ground. Yeah. Like what actually happened.
And then like the girls that they're fighting for, I mean, the whole purpose of the movie is to go back and get the girls.
Yeah, rescue the damsel.
And like that, you don't see that very often. Like, if this movie was made today, the girls would be like, I can rescue myself. It's all about my leadership abilities.
Or the male would come along to like, maybe go rescue more things, but then they would be like escaping themselves. And like, I mean, you know what that is? That's the first Star Wars. Like, Rey gets captured and things, and Finn thinks he's going to go like rescue her, and then she's already breaking out. She doesn't need him. She's already doing it. She doesn't need Han Solo. She doesn't need Chewbacca. She doesn't need...
As soon as she gets into a Millennium Falcon, she can fly it easily.
Yeah, even though she's never been inside of it.
She doesn't have to improve herself. It's like other people around her have to change and understand like who she is.
Right. She's already special and perfect.
Yeah.
But let's just hear some of your thoughts. I just want to hear your reaction to the movie. What did you think? Just go at it. I want to hear it all.
I thought it was really stupid.
In a really fun way?
Like, just brain dead stupid. And as soon as I started to view it like that, I was fine with it. Yeah. I didn't really know what to expect going in. Like,
maybe I should have warned you.
Yeah, I think you probably should have said, by the way, this is a dumb movie. Because I was actually like trying to like get into it and like care about the characters and the story and the plot. And very soon, like the scene, I was with it the whole time until the scene where they get to the alley.
Yeah.
And just the guy with the butcher knife walks out, and the other gang comes, and they all just start shooting each other for no reason. It's just like, whoa, what is happening?
Gang rivalry fight.
Yeah, and then from that point on, it was just like, okay, this is just a dumb movie. Yeah. And then the three guys come down, and the animations are all super silly, and yeah,
all special effects.
I can't even critique the story because it's just... Yeah, it's just a silly, funny movie.
Okay. Let's just go at it right now, then we'll talk about the silly stuff. So, whose story is it? I'm going to just take the lead on this one. I think it's Jack Burton's story. What does he want? Initially, what he wants is he just wants his money, then it's his truck, and then, like, what does he need? I guess you could say he needs to kind of step up and help his friend in this crazy situation where girls' lives are at stake. People have been kidnapped. I don't know. I don't know if there's more to it than that, if it's any deeper than that, really. And
he needs to defeat the evil spirit, of course. What's the spirit's name?
Maybe I guess he needs to kind of embrace and believe that this stuff's real, because he's kind of denying it the whole time. The whole movie, he's like, no, give me a freaking real explanation. This. I'm a practical guy. I've just seen some very unpractical things. Maybe he needs to embrace like this is real, and you need to do something about it. And he does. He ends up killing Lo Pan.
Pan is his name.
Yeah. The main villain.
Yeah.
So, and do we care?
No. No.
I mean, I'm glad he kills the bad guy. I care that the hero saves the girl, kills the bad guy, and then he pulls a walk away cool and doesn't even kiss the girl before he leaves.
It's true. You don't see that very often today at all, actually.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I thought for sure he was going to. I think that this movie could be boiled down to like one word, and it's cliche. Like, it's the most cliche movie you could possibly think. Like, all the lines that Jack has are just so cliche. What are you gonna do about it, man?
Let's pull some of those up.
He has so many. It's my reflexes. I was born ready. Like,
I love when he says when they're going back to like rescue the girl, and they're at like the house, and he's like talking to the other people, the girl lawyer and reporter, and he's like, "All right, we're going back. If we don't make it back by dawn, call the president." But you know, he's like not serious.
I did. Too, that was funny. That was
just
funny.
Like he's being dramatic.
Call the president. That was a good line.
I kind of forgot about this whole line too, where Wang like pulls. I don't know, for some reason they're drinking the magic potion to go fight at the very end for the third act. Like they're like, all right, the only way we can get through this is if we can, you know, something spirit has to kill something spirit. So like we got to take something to soup us up to be able to fight these guys. And so they take the potion. Before they do, Wang's like, what does he say? Something about America. He's like,
you already said it before.
Well, I said Burton's part, but Wang is like, here's to the Army and Navy and the battles they have won. Here's to America's colors, the colors that never run.
Let's go!
And Jack Burton says, may the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
That's so awesome.
So bad, eh?
Please, can we please include something like that in a movie today? Oh my gosh. Just an ounce of patriotism, man.
Oh, it's so good. I love that.
Here's to America's colors, the colors that never run. That's awesome.
And then Jack's response, so good. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. I gotta say it in a Kurt Russell voice. Let's see if I can do it. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
Lose a feather.
Here to the Army and Navy and the patriots of the wood. We're not allowed to use that. Just kidding. Better Navy. See, you were not put upon this world to get it, Mr. Burton. That's kind of a funny low pan line when Jack Burton's like, now I don't get it. He's like, you were not put upon this earth to get it, Mr. Burton. Anyway. What other
this is gonna take a Cracker Jack timing, Wang.
Oh yeah, I love that line. I'll say that to myself or like to other people. Out of context, and still to this day.
It's
going to take Cracker Jack timing, Wang.
The fact that his name is Wang, too, is so silly.
Oh, man. Oh. So we open with this interview with Egg, who's the good guy sorcerer.
Yeah.
What did you think of that opening scene?
I was into it. Again, like, my expectation was...
I thought it was good. It's very well lit. You got, like, the shade lines on his eyes.
I thought the movie was going to be serious because of that tone.
Man, I should have warned you.
I was like, oh,
it's
dang.
all expectations. Like, when we watched Last Mohicans and people psyched it up for you and you hated it.
Exactly.
I
will say, though, I did not hate this one like I hated Last of the Mohicans. Because, again, I did realize halfway, like 10 minutes in, I should say, that it was just silly, and then I was like, not really my kind of movie. Like, I don't love to watch movies that are just silly to be silly. I would much rather watch a movie with a good story. But once you're watching it, it's like, okay, it's here, it's fine.
So for you, this is like, and it is very different. But to me, it's not that it's in the same like category, but I would say that this movie is just like a silly movie, similar to Mighty Python and the Holy Grail. Like, Mighty Python's very different movie, very different. But like both of them, to me, like you're not watching this to watch and engage with the story. You're watching this because it's just fun lines, and that's about it. Yeah. I will say Mighty Python probably is a lot more clever. Yeah. And like,
I would say Monty Python is different in the fact that they literally don't ever accomplish their quest. Like the entire Like in this movie, every scene has a purpose and it's trying to tell a story.
Right. It's all
however imperfect that story might be and however silly and whimsical it is, it's still telling a story. Monty Python is just stupid.
Something I noticed too, that I like the pacing in this movie. Feels like it just has good momentum. Like once it gets going and the girl gets kidnapped at the airport, which it's not like bad from there. Like it's a good setup. And as soon as that happens, like that's pretty early in. I want to say like 10 minutes in.
Yeah, it's very
it just keeps going. Like it doesn't stop. It's like, okay, girl gets taken from the airport. Now we're gonna go chase them. Now we're in a gang fight. Now we're running for our lives. Now we're trying to explain to Jack what's going on. We're gonna go rescue this girl, and then we try, and then we fail, and then this, and it just keeps going and going and going until Lopan's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of good, because a lot of movies, I mean, I guess Andor's different. It's a long form show, but it's like, man, they can take a leaf out of this freaking book's pages.
That book has
about useless just fluff.
That book has the pacing of a Saharan desert. Like, it is hot all the time. Nothing changes.
That's the pace of Lopan in a wheelchair.
Dude, amen. That's a better one. Beat me to it. Beat me on that one.
Yeah.
As the pace of rising sea levels.
Or just like, let's see, what's another recent movie that's come out that I've seen? I don't know.
Thinking about Monty Python, though, I think again, like a thing that distinguishes it is like there's a whole scene where there's a castle full of girls who are all virgins, and it's just there to be dumb. And there's a scene where there's a guy in a castle in a swamp who wants to marry his son away, who just wants to sing. It has nothing to do with the plot. Like, it's just for entertainment.
Yeah.
That's all it is. This one, though, like, the story is there the whole time.
True.
Which, you know, I think there is something to that for those who like story.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, I wasn't there when it came out and things, but I imagine this movie pulls from a lot of different things. Like, obviously it's pulling from Kung Fu. Like, hey, how can we incorporate Kung Fu into this action comedy? Because some of the fighting is pretty fun and cool.
That's true.
I enjoyed it, and I was worried. I was like, is this going to be really cheesy? But some of the fighting is pretty good. And then it pulls from like the whole bravado action comedy, like almost like the antithesis of like, not antithesis, what would you say? Kind of like a different. So you got like Die Hard, he's like macho hero guy.
Yeah.
But he's kind of that, but like the silly version almost. Right? So it's like, yeah, I'm still masculine, I'm still bravado, but I'm like, you can't take me seriously either.
Exactly.
So they kind of pull that in, and then they pull in these fantasy elements too into the Kung Fu and the action comedy. So you're kind of getting this big mixture.
I think that was another thing that made me kind of not love it, was that I feel like it couldn't decide on like what its identity was. It was like a non-binary film.
Yeah,
like it wants to be funny, and it is. And then it wants to have awesome action scenes, and then it does, and you're like, are you like trying to be like silly and goofy and kind of dumb? Or is that just because you were made in the 80s? Or are you trying to be like a serious action movie with throwing all this like random stuff in?
I'm going to push back and say I feel like it has this like the same tone throughout. I mean, it almost starts like it's going to be a serious movie with the interview. Up until like the airport kidnapping. I feel like once it gets there, well, even at the interview at the beginning, he shows them like some magic. And so you're like, okay, I think that's important that like they let you know then like something's coming here that's not all grounded in reality.
I think the reason I say that though is because I laughed out loud in a lot of scenes that I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to laugh at.
True.
Like a scene where like they're fighting and like someone gets punched, and just the way that it looks is just so stupid.
I think from what I remember, a lot of the scenes you laughed at were like this, like the fantastical warrior guys with the big like hat things. Like those were a lot of times it seemed like you laughed, like when they did anything, like the guy spitting like knives on his hands, or the one guy has like claw stick things.
It's like, is this a serious movie or is it silly?
It's ever serious. I really don't.
They take themselves so seriously, which is why I thought it was funny.
Yeah. I think they think it's serious, but I don't think the movie takes itself seriously.
And if I'd gone into it, again, I wish that I would have had the opinion or like the expectation that it's just very stupid.
Yeah, I should have prefaced like, hey, this is a silly 80s action comedy fantasy.
Yeah. And I was ready for like a thinker.
Shoot.
This was not it.
I was feeling the exact opposite. Although, I was just like, tonight I just want to watch something that just like chill. You know, just very chill, very just fun.
I will say I used to like those movies a lot when I was younger, but like the older I've gotten, the more I've liked like deep, interesting, intriguing, thought-provoking stories.
Okay.
But I think you watch more movies and more stuff than I do, so it might get kind of old to watch that stuff frequently.
No, I like it. I don't know. I feel like sometimes, like tonight, I feel like I'd be fine with that, but I wanted something new. Even though this I've seen as well. I haven't seen this in a long, long time.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I feel like I got it.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
But like, I would really love to watch. I would have done Die Hard probably. We're gonna probably do that soon. I just want to watch a movie either I haven't seen in a long time or I've never seen.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
the risk.
To watch what was it called? The Lawrence of Arabia, because that's a very popular movie, but it's super long. So we gotta maybe watch that sometime.
Well, yeah, the only risk with watching a new movie is that it might just suck.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we'll try to find one that's like acclaimed or...
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of movies, but not all of them.
That's like my fear for like going and watching a new movie in theaters is just like, I don't want to spend money and drive to a theater and have to sit there for 2 hours, or in a lot of movies' cases, 3 hours, and have to just endure it like it's a chore.
If it's at least like a 7-star or 7 out of 10 movie, I'm fine with going to the theater and paying because I like the theater.
Yeah.
So like I'm fine with that. Just give me something that's at least a 7, and I'll go pay money and go sit in a theater because I enjoy it. Doing that. That's one of my favorite things to do. I grew up going to the movies. My parents, we grew up going to the drive-in theater all the time. My dad, when he was a kid, went to the drive-in all the time. He used to live by one. So just kind of a big part of my background and upbringing. Just going to the movies.
And my parents would lock me in my room with an encyclopedia.
An encyclopedia on Chinese fantasy.
No, I wish, because then I could tell you if any of this is accurate.
Well, we don't have to go long here. I think this was a fun episode. Is there any things you want to hit on, like tropes or funny things, or just like the fantasy, the action, anything you want to talk about?
I loved the scene where he's in the wheelchair and the guy like inflates his chest and he flies back, lands in the wheelchair, and then flies down the hallway and is like knocking people over as it goes.
They go flying. Like he hits 2 guards and then go
again. I was like, is this supposed to be serious or funny? It's so goofy. Then he like stops himself right on the edge and wheels himself back up. Like that scene, I laughed so hard at that scene.
Oh man. So let's just hit these scenes. So scene 1, Jack Burton arrives. Scene 2, airport chaos, the girls get kidnapped. Scene 3, they go into Chinatown looking for the girls. Scene 4, they escape and the plot deepens. So they try to save the girls, but they have to get out and run. Barely make it out alive. Scene 5, infiltrating Lo Pan's lair. Scene 6, Miao Yen's imprisonment. Scene 7, the rescue mission, where they take the potion. 8, the wedding ceremony, where the big fight is, finale. Wang's a bad A. Like even before he takes the potion, when they're fighting the first time, and like Jack's trying to shoot him with his gun, and it's like safety, the other guy, Eddie. And Wang starts fighting the dudes. He takes care of business. He's
dude. Wang is he deserves that hot green-eyed Asian chick.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, he pulls some sweet moves.
He does.
He knocks out some women too that try to fight him.
They swung first, officer, I swear.
Yeah, he was just defending himself.
It's true.
So, what's his name? The guy that plays Egg? Victor Wong. He's a fun character. Old wizard sorcerer dude. Just always squinting, like kind of squinting with one eye and just, how'd you get up there? It wasn't easy. Has his Batman tools and his magic stones, his grenade diamonds.
I love the scene where he just picked up the Buddha thing and dropped it on the guy with the straw.
Guy.
It's so funny.
I heard you laugh.
That was a great scene. That scene was
put an end to that guy.
Again, like I saw it. It's supposed to be like, wow, that was cool, but I was just laughing. It's just so funny.
I should have went back in time and watched this with 8-year-old Dan.
Oh, I would have loved it. I would have loved it.
All right, dude. Well, I don't know. If there's nothing else you want to talk about, we could just hit scores. I don't feel like these are all the best lines. Jack has some great lines in the movie. But I'm a reasonable guy, but I've just experienced some very unreasonable things. That's no good.
Just remember what old Jack Burton does when the earth quakes, and the poison arrows fall from the sky, and the pillars of heaven shake. Yeah, Jack Burton just looks at big old storm right square in the eye, and he says, "Give me your best shot, pal. I can take it."
Driving the old Pork Chop Express. You like the name of his truck? with the like on his front grill it says Holland Elves. Oh man.
Classic American, bro.
Dude, such a fun movie. Well, I don't know, fans. If you have any thoughts about the movie, feel free to share them. Comment on Spotify, comment on our Instagram. But we're just going to go ahead and score it out. I probably could talk about this movie for like an hour, but I think Dan's over it.
I just don't know what else to say.
Yeah, he's all out. He just was flabbergasted that we watched that movie. He doesn't know what to make.
Just so silly. If you like silly movies, you'll love this one. Absolutely.
If you like, 80s movies that are like just action comedy, silly. Kurt Russell. If you like anything Kurt Russell, you'll probably be a big fan of this. If you're a big fan of Kurt Russell, you've probably already seen this movie.
True.
Speaking of, have you seen any other Kurt Russell movies that you like or love?
I can't say I could name any off the top of my head. I feel like I have, like when he was on the screen, I feel like I did recognize him, but I can't think of any.
He actually did line readings. There's footage, you can watch it, for the part of Han Solo.
Oh.
For Star Wars.
He would have done well, actually.
Harrison Ford ended up getting the
very
part.
Similar attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if you go watch it, you should go check it out. I definitely like the choice with Harrison Ford. I feel like he's got a lot more, like, I don't give a fetch attitude.
Yeah.
Which is great for Han Solo. But all right, well, let's hear your score. What do you think of the old Big Trouble in Little China?
I mean, for what it is, it's like almost perfect. Like it's almost like a 9 out of 10 for what it is.
Mm.
For my own like personal rankings, probably like a 6.
Fair enough.
But yeah, if you love like a dumb action comedy that's just silly, this is a great movie. You'll be laughing the whole time. Like the whole time. But again, not really my not my favorite kind of movie. So
yeah. I'm gonna give this a 7. My heart wants to give it like a 9.5 out of 10.
Dang, man. That's the nostalgia speaking.
Well, like, again, for what it is. Yeah, not like...
For what it is.
I'm giving it a 7 because for a movie, like, how well it works, tells a story, makes you care. I'm giving it a 7 because, yeah, that's not all there, but it's fun. Love Kurt Russell. Yeah. I think it does what it's trying to do very well. It does have a story. Better story than a lot of movies that I see nowadays. And a great screen presence by Kurt Russell that we don't really get too much anymore. I would rather watch this than Star Wars 7, Star Wars 8, Star Wars 9. I'd rather watch it than Andor. I'd rather watch
I would rather watch.
I'd rather watch this again than someone's like, "Do you want to watch the Barbie movie?" I haven't seen that movie. I'm not gonna watch it. I'd rather go watch something like this.
I would rather my legs go through a wood chipper than watch any of those movies you just said. So that's not a great comparison.
Not a great comparison. Well, what else has come out this year? Let's compare it to something. I haven't gone to the theater this year for movies, so
yeah.
What has come out? I mean,
I would rather watch episode 3 of Star Wars than this. Absolutely.
You'd rather watch episode 3?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
For sure.
I mean, that's. I mean, you're pulling big guns there. It's a very culminating movie to a great saga.
I would rather watch The Phantom Menace than this.
All right.
Darth Maul makes the whole movie worth it, bro.
Darth Maul makes that movie sick. What about Attack of the Clones, though?
Yeah.
You ever watch that?
I think I would.
Yeah. That's just Star Wars, though.
Yeah.
That's a hard comparison. It's like saying, well, I wouldn't watch The Hobbit probably over this.
No, I wouldn't watch The Hobbit over this.
That has, like, Lord of the Rings
dude, The Hobbit is trash.
That 4-hour cut we saw was okay.
True.
Dude, did you know there's some cuts of, like, someone did the same thing with the Kenobi TV show? They cut it into, like, a 2-hour movie.
Really?
It's supposed to be good. Yeah.
We should watch it.
We
should totally watch that. I want someone to do that with season 2 of Andor, where it's just like a 30-second trailer.
And they're like, oh, cool.
Instead of the first 5 minutes of the TIE fighter escape, and then it ends.
Then he meets Jinner, so then it's over.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, that wraps us up. Check us out on Instagram at real.legends.pod. Don't forget to come over there and subscribe or follow or whatever it is and have some fun with us. Appreciate you coming checking out the show.
See you on the flippity flop.
Yeah, catch you at the concession stand. Maybe. Because I don't go to movies anymore.
True.
Because they suck.
Catch me there if something was out.
Probably go see Mission Impossible 19.
I will see that. Have
you seen all of them?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, we should go see
I didn't love the most recent one. I thought it was okay. It was like fine.
I liked it.
It was okay.
Yeah. I thought the one before it was like pretty awesome.
What was the one where I'm trying to think about what happens. There's one that I really like. I think it might just be the first one. What's the one where they go into like the water tube or whatever?
I think it's the fourth one.
That one's cool.
The first one with what's her name? Ferguson.
I like the first one a lot though.